I'm going to ask you one question and you're going to draw the response in 60 seconds without saying a word.
No way.
Before we begin, I'm Alison from the Second Mountain.
And I'm Wolfgang, the founder of the Second Mountain. I'm really scared of this new thing. Alison came up. She didn't really tell me what it's all about, but I'm in.
So, welcome everybody. This is the Dangerous Coffee with Alison and Le Wolf, and the intention is to go live every Tuesday at 12:30 Central European Time, where we will uplift our community. We'll be sharing findings from our key research on female entrepreneurs and also Wolf's amazing journey in the Second Mountain and in the mountain in nature and his life as a retreat. Today, we're focusing on my life is a retreat, as in Wolf's life is a retreat. So let's begin. So, Wolf, can you please draw the key moment from the retreat? So we've just been, so for those who don't know, we've just come back from a retreat in Bulgaria. It's called Nurture Your Growth Retreat, where we spent 4 days in the Rhodope Mountains focusing on personal development, and we did yoga as well, and also Wim Hof breath work and the ice bath, and there's coaching in the mountains guided by Wolf. So it was amazing 4 days with people from all over Europe, nature lovers, and exploring. We were just exploring ourselves, getting uncomfortable. So, Wolf, can you please draw the key moment from the retreat that had the biggest impact on you? And you have 60 seconds to do that. So I'm going to share the board, and we are very interested to see what you come up with.
So I have some pictures of the retreat. So that's a retreat, and you're asking me what is my key
Yes,
moment of the retreat, and I should
key
draw it.
moments, and you have to draw this, and you can't say a single word. And after 60 seconds, you have to present it to us. So, countdown timer, please.
Okay, key moment.
Don't think too much. It's the first thing that comes into your mind.
Mhm.
Time's up.
Well, time's up.
Wow. So, what do we have here?
It's the ice bath. It's the ice bath. It's really like there's the really gentle ice tub filled with -10 degrees water, and it was freezing, and everybody said, "Oh my gosh, so cold, so cold, so cold!" But it was like, I don't want to go in. But when you go into the ice cold water, the two tricks of and you want to step into something really uncomfortable, there's two tricks. And the one trick is, first thing, make the cold your friend. Like, make the fear, the obstacle, your friend. And say, like, oh, I thought I don't want to get in the cold. I said, no, you know what? Imagine the obstacle is my friend. So cold is my friend. So suddenly this pool is really nice and friendly. And the next thing is, imagine yourself um, actually doing it, visualizing yourself like, oh my God, closing your eyes. Oh my gosh, I will breathe. I will step in the water. And actually, you know what? I thought it's really cold, but it's not that cold. And then I see myself going down slowly in the water and then just being there and just like enjoying this moment and just playing with the ice cubes and did a little there and then starting to breathe. And in the end, you know what? I will enjoy this moment and go back out. So visualizing the whole journey from going in, going out, and seeing myself in the end smiling. And this helps a lot to overcome your fears because then you saw then the reality is just a representation of what's happening, and your mind never know cannot tell of a real experience or an imagined experience. To the mind, it's the same. And but when you enter, don't forget to breathe because that's the key trick when you really go into the cold, and this keeps your nervous system down and calm. So instead of going when you're facing a inconfident challenge like going ice bath or going on stage or wherever, don't stop breathing.
Mm.
And because this keeps your system alive and really on a on a more conscious level.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. And you mentioned about visualization. So at what point did you visualize yourself doing that? Was it before the ice bath or during the
It
experience?
was before I was standing there. Was at like 10 minutes to go, really see the other people going there. And of course, seeing other people also helps to say, oh, it's possible. They didn't die, so it's survivable. But it's really like when I was standing myself, I imagine myself like going into that. This visual representation is so strong, and you can prepare that. And so I did it like one time, I think 10 minutes ago, and then quickly before I did. It was a more fast forward version of it. And like, blah, blah, blah. And there's also a trick when you run it through, when you run it backwards, it's even it's even your mind cannot capture it, but it thinks it's true. Like you always start from the end, seeing the end result. Oh, me stepping out, I survived, and oh, I stepped in. Oh, and then do it even faster. So by that, you can really train yourself um, to do uncomfortable things with ease.
Mm. Yeah, and that was a key theme of the retreat, to do uncomfortable, to get comfortable with get comfortable with the uncomfortable. And that's
Yes,
something each one of us did in the
yeah,
retreat.
that's so true.
And
Yeah.
Taryn just shared, imagine the obstacle as my friend. I love that, Wolf. Yes, thank you, Taryn. And I encourage everybody watching to share comments, ask any questions, and feel free to interact in the chat. So, Wolf, with the ice bath, so were there any self-doubts that came up before you stepped into the ice bath?
Yeah, interesting. So there's like two. I'm already experienced in the topic of ice bath. So I do New Year's swimming. So I made called my friend 2 years ago. But there is always like every moment, especially a moment of public appearance, right? It's like I did this. Usually I do this on my own, but here it was a different situation. Everybody was watching. So I was also facilitator, and so Anna was running it. So there's like this peer pressure of being there, and so it was the hard thing was to be with myself and like say to ignore the audience, to ignore the pressure, and being myself to have this experience with me, so I could be fully present. And so this was to me this moment. And yeah, in the first 15 seconds is, I would say, it's really uncomfortable. and and it's like, oh my god, it was so cold on my hands. And on my chest like this, because this border, everything underwater was actually fine, but the edge of like water and air, this was really cold. But
Mhm.
after 50 seconds, I got comfortable, and then I really enjoyed it. I stayed at like 2 or 3 minutes or something like this.
Yeah, yeah, there's something about being present in the moment, and when you really focus and concentrate, then it helps
Yeah,
get rid of the pain.
yeah, so true.
Yes. Thank you
Mm.
very much for sharing. And what is upcoming for you? Like, what's your next retreat?
Also, the next retreat that is coming, um, yeah, there's like, I mean, let's say there's two coming out. One is a team retreat I'm hosting in Austria for a big team retreat, so that's really exciting. And Oh, there's a lot of retreats. Then there's one more. I'm going with my wife on a retreat as a participant, and also to Austria. And she's a wonderful trainer. She works with coaches, no, with horses. So, and I will work with my wife on our life mission to move to the mountains, because our dream is, since 10 years, we want to move to the mountains. And next year, my second son, is moving out. Ba-bam, we did it. And
Did it.
we did it. And so we as a couple, our next life adventure is like to move to the mountains and create um, a second mountain place where we
Oh,
can create retreats and gatherings and all of that. So, but we need to have more clarity on that as a couple. So this will be exciting and challenging.
yeah, that's so amazing. I love how, because you host retreats, but also you're an attendee at
Yeah,
different retreats, and you're really working on yourself and even attending with your wife as well. So getting her involved in that, that's really
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yes. And what would be one message that you want to share with everybody who has attended the previous retreat in Bulgaria? So if there's one message that you want to share to the audience.
Hmm. Stop doubting your greatness. You're also amazing.
Mm. Thank you very much.
Mm.
Taryn just said the retreat looked amazing. How can we sign up for a future retreat? Yes, so I am going to share a form. So if anybody watching is interested in any retreat that we will be hosting next year, so we're planning a couple of retreats next year. So I will just drop a link to the form, and then you can complete your details there, and we will be in touch. Thank you very much, and thank you very much, Wolf.
Thank you, Alison. This
Oh,
was quite dangerous, but I survived it. Thank you.
yes, and join us next week for the Dangerous Coffee Break with Alison and the Wolf for more surprises.
Thank you so much.
Bye.